Greetings, sirs and madams. I'm Seraphic Zero, and today we're gonna talk about the gameplay trailer for Armored Core 6. Now, I was actually just about to make a video to complain that, hey, we haven't heard anything in a while, so I suppose From must have telepathically sensed that I was about to be a whiny nerd, so yeah, they thought, yeah, let's just drop this trailer right now and make Zero feel really silly. So yeah, that's how I feel right now. Yeah, so today we're just gonna go through the trailer very slowly and just kind of point out a few of the details that I noticed. It seems that From Software is trying to use this trailer to answer as many questions as possible, as quickly as possible. There is a lot of details in here. I won't go so far to try to identify like every part and every weapon. I'll just point out a few things that I find very interesting, but yeah, this trailer is just chock full of stuff. I am not gonna go through like the kind of scenery, like introductory, like setting, like imagery in here, because you know it's pretty and it looks cool. I'm not really interested in that. I am interested in the gameplay mechanics of Armored Core 6. Before we start, I would just like to point out, hey, all of you guys who thought Armored Core 6 was gonna be Souls-like, I bet you feel very silly right now, because you should. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started by looking at the video. Yeah, we're gonna just play the video at partial speed, and yeah, maybe we'll need to skip back and forth or look at stills, but yeah, just kind of bear with me here. We're just gonna try to point out some details. So before this, like, yeah, your AC seemed to be deployed through an orbital dropship, which was, yeah, extremely cool sequence. I noticed that the design of the dropship is eerily similar to a Vanguard overboost, like, you know, the giant backpack system from Armored Core 4 Answer. And you know, in that game, it wasn't in like an orbital dropship, it just was this insane like jet booster that, you know, just rocketed you across the landscape, and that was crazy fun. But yeah, I guess they must have repurposed it, like at least the general design. And oh yeah, like while we're on that note, it seems that the design philosophy of Armored Core 6 is we're gonna use absolutely everything. The game seems to contain every single Armored Core mechanic that ever existed previously. It is absolutely crazy. I think the only thing I didn't see was individual like part destruction, like blowing off like arms or heads and that type of stuff. But yeah, let's go ahead and yeah, start at the interesting like a bit of the trailer. Oh boy, where'd you go? Okay, let's go ahead and start here. Okay, so overboost. Yeah, you can use your energy like a bar really quickly to glide forward like very quickly. Yeah, I generally do not like to use overboost because I like to conserve my energy, but you know, sometimes you gotta use it. It looks very pretty. Yeah, they seem to still be going for that same like color theme, like just very gray, very blue in the background, but very very bright orange and red for the highlights like of it. So yeah, still very artistically beautiful, like yeah, in the art direction here. Okay, so a very quick shot of overboost. Okay, here, the way the AC moves, this is proving that there will be quick boosting in this game. Like, so instead of the thruster jets just letting you glide in whatever direction you're going, you can use like a burst of energy to move very quickly in some direction. And you saw that he both boosted forward and quick boosted backwards. So yeah, it looks like you got a lot of controls over different directions. I have no idea what this thing is. It the scale of it seems to be very similar to something like an arms fort, but even freaking bigger. Like, this thing is absolutely massive. It's like the size of a city, like, or something, and it's just walking around. Like, I don't know if I even see any weapons on this thing, but it is very far away and it's very dusty. But yeah, I really hope it doesn't step on me. I'm not that type of guy. But yeah, looks intimidating. Holy crap, this thing is probably bigger than Mother Will, I think. Okay, not too much going here, just an establishing shot of this map. It looks like the maps are going to have a lot of verticality, or at least very interesting skyboxes. Yeah, with lots of stuff. Yeah, I don't know if we will be able to go everywhere, but yeah, it definitely looks cool. Okay, he's got a laser blade on his arm. This helicopter is being shot down. Not good. Looks like we're next to a fortress or some type of fortress wall, and he's just gliding around. Yeah, as ECs do. Okay, getting shot by some turrets. Some quick boosting to get out of the way of the fire. Yeah, in case you guys haven't noticed so far, the gameplay of Armored Core games is very fast and very ballistic. There's a bunch of stuff just flying around on screen. And yeah, the pacing it can be really insane. Yeah, not Souls-like, like at all. Okay, so in this shot, we have this AC. It's about to jump really, really high. I do not think that this is an innate ability in the AC. I think it's using some type of lift on the map in order to get that high of a jump. This is kind of common in a lot of different video games. In fact, it kind of reminds me of the well springs you have in Elden Ring that let your ghost horse yak thing just jump like up cliff sides and stuff. It looks mechanically exactly the same as that. And the fact that this is all outlined in, I guess, yellow guiding lasers or something. Yeah, I think this is a map thing and not an AC thing. But yeah, I really like that they're expanding on like the maps and map traversal and stuff. Like, giving us more abilities like this is great. Yeah, I'm very happy to see this. Okay, yeah, we're gonna get a lot of air out of that. Hopefully we're not too vulnerable. Okay, something I noticed about the trailer is there is a lot of enemy variety, and the enemies have all kinds of tools to use defensively and offensively against you. So it looks like we're fighting some type of MT right here, and it's got a ballistic shield with a cutout for sight through it. And yeah, it's deflecting these shots pretty good. And it's shooting at the same time while it's shielded. That's going to be very annoying. Oh yeah, it's definitely stopping those shots. Yeah, a quick boost to the side to evade. Oh, this was very interesting. Yeah, so he is stopping some rockets with a shield. And watch what happens. The shield is back mounted. It's not on his arm. Yeah, this is a different piece of equipment. So the shield is like, it's in front of him, of course, but it's mounted on this articulated arm that mounts to the back. And after it blocks the shot, yeah, it folds back up, and it seems to be like some type of hybrid energy shield with a lot of mechanical parts. So it's not as minimalistic as the energy shields in the older games. So it's got a lot of moving parts on it. I wonder if it's like a hybrid energy ballistic shield, but it's probably just an energy shield mechanics wise. Yeah, so it's gonna retract back. Yeah, I was very surprised to see this thing, because I thought from the previous trailer, like yeah, it's a different part, of course, but on the previous trailer, that other AC had a shield mounted on its back, but it switched it onto its arm in order to deploy it. But this shield, it just, it doesn't go onto the arm. It's got its own arm, which, that's never happened before in Armored Core. I'm actually very interested in this. Like, that's kind of cool. I wonder if we'll have melee weapons that deployed from the back. That would be really cool. But anyway, let's keep going. Okay, yeah, so the other weapon on his left arm was a laser blade. And I guess this won't really make sense to all the newcomers, but what I find interesting is the swing arc he used here. He swung from the outside in, which, if you've played as much Armored Core as I did, that's very unusual. Usually blades go in the other direction. So, yeah, maybe they're playing around with different types of swings you can do. Maybe laser blades can do combos. I didn't really see anything like that in the trailer, but there's a lot of weird melee stuff going on. But yeah, that's just something I noticed. Okay, swing in the other direction. Okay, firing some missiles. I would like to note that these missiles are incredibly huge. They like take up the entire length of this part that holds them. But there couldn't possibly be enough space to hold all these missiles. But AC games just kind of tend to ignore that when it comes to space physics. But that's okay. I thought that they went out of their way to show how big these missiles are, and it's like, I don't think they'll fit in there. That's what she said. But anyway, yeah, a lot of missiles. Yeah, these things are huge. Okay, shooting at an MT. Yeah, it kind of hits him right in the knee. He can no longer adventure. And he explodes. Can I just note right here that one thing I really love about Armored Core is the weightiness and the physics and the animation of the giant robots and the mechs moving. But something feels a little different about Armored Core 6. Now, I don't necessarily dislike it. Like, the game looks incredibly beautiful, but something about the way everything moves feels a little less weighty and realistic compared to the older games. It kind of feels like the animation, of course the frame rate is fucking fast as heck, but the animation feels a little more choppy, and things just kind of seem to be zipping around, like they're a little more plastic. Like, I know there were like older games like Armored Core 4 Answer where they had very high movement speed in that game, but things still felt very weighty because in 4 Answer you still had a lot of momentum, like, in that game. And I noticed the movement in Armored Core 6, there just doesn't seem to be a lot of momentum in the way things are moving around, especially when they're using Quick Boost. So yeah, that is, like, I'm just pointing out that I noticed that. Like, I don't know if it will really affect how I'll enjoy the game, but like, I'm just gonna say it feels a little bit different. It doesn't feel horrible or even bad. I'm just saying I noticed it. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, we're gonna watch the missiles blow up his MT again, right in the knee. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It hits him in the knee, and yeah, there's not even that big of an explosion, and then all of a sudden he just like jerks back. Like, it's not a smooth animation, just pop like that. Like, it's a little bit jerky. Like, I'm just pointing it out. Like, I'm sure we'll be blowing up thousands and thousands of MTs. I'm sure like in the end it won't really matter, but yeah, I'm just saying I noticed it. Okay, here's something I didn't expect. Scan mode. Scan mode was originally from Armored Core 5. I actually really did not enjoy that mechanic at all, but it seems to have returned. We will still have to see how important it is. We were guessing that scan mode was going to be in based on like the last shot of the previous trailer, I guess the story or reveal trailer, where the AC like did that visor thing with its head. Yeah, so we were guessing there would be scan mode. This seems to confirm it. Like, it's a very, very fast shot, so I'm sure a bunch of people missed it. But yeah, there's scan mode. Looks like it's gonna give you some visuals like through walls, so you can see through cover and like see what type of units they are, what positioning they have. It doesn't seem to completely change your visuals like Armored Core 5, like scan mode. But yeah, I'm very surprised it's back, but we'll see what they do with it. Okay, a lot of units in there, outnumbered. Okay, so this quad leg AC, he's gonna jump up in the air, and he's gonna use glide mode. Yeah, he's gonna, well, spread his legs. He's got a lot of legs for days. Yeah, so glide mode is also a mechanic from Armored Core 5 or Gen 5. And basically you just tap a button and your AC maintains its elevation while it's slowly drifting down. I believe in that game quad legs had the best like elevation maintenance, like they drifted down to the ground the slowest. So they seem to have added that back in. I actually dislike glide mode a little bit compared to how the older Armored Core games handled elevation, which is they just had you hold on to the boost button, and however long you held it or tapped it, you manually controlled your elevation, which could be difficult in some scenarios, especially if you ended up in an aerial battle where you had to like look up and down. Just check out my last Raven stream where I was having a hell of a fucking time fighting, what's his face, Zubin El Ganubi, the guy with the giant laser cannon and the reverse joint legs. That was horrific, having to control elevation against him. But yeah, compared to glide mode, I don't like it because, I don't know, I guess Armored Core 5 did some other things that felt like you had less control over what was happening, and everything was just so chaotic about the controls. So I think that what kind of caused that with Armored Core 5 was like the very claustrophobic maps, and then the fact that you had like wall jumping, and sometimes you don't know what wall you're going to fly into, so you would end up wall jumping in a direction you had no idea where you were going to go. But if we're just using glide mode on an open area like this, probably not going to be a problem. Maybe it'll be even helpful. Yeah, so something I need to know is how do ACs get elevation in this game? So I know this quad leg, we watched him jump into the air. We saw that other AC used the map lift mechanic, like the airlift thing, and he went way into the air. But I just want to know, can ACs just boost vertically? Yeah, maybe we'll catch that somewhere else in the trailer. Maybe I missed it in another place. Okay, here's a very weird thing I noticed. So he is firing his right-hand machine gun at these MTs, and then instantly, maybe even simultaneously, he starts firing this missile pod on the same side. So normally in Armored Core games, you have the same button controlling weapons on right side or left side, and you have to switch between them. But here, it almost looks like, it's a little obscured here, but could he be firing both right side weapons at the same time? It's kind of hard to tell if he's still firing his machine gun here because the missiles are in the way, or the missile pod's in the way. But the fact that, like, he's firing this gun right now, and then it immediately goes to launching missiles. He could... This suggests that he's still firing the machine gun. So I'm not really sure how that's happening. I'm very interested in that. Like, can you fire, like, hand and back weapons simultaneously on the same side? Because, you know, if you want to do hand and back weapons, you normally have to do, like, stagger the side or something like that. So, yeah, it would be interesting if you can do this simultaneously. Also, I think that could be the case because, like, missiles, especially, you know, homing missiles like this, like these are vertical missiles, they're gonna swoop back down onto these MTs. They have lock time. And normally you have to ready the missiles to have, like, weapon lock, but I didn't really see that happen. Like, it just kind of went off, so, like, this suggests that it was locking on while he was firing the machine gun. So, this suggests simultaneous. I don't really have any evidence yet, but I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards yes. We'll have to wait to find out. Okay, yeah, vertical missiles right to the... I was gonna say right to the face, but these guys don't have faces. Yeah. Okay, this thing weirded me out. We have never had enemy units this weird before. Look at this thing. It just rolls in like a garbage can, like unfolds itself, and it's got rockets in its stomach and a bunch of Gatling guns in his arms. It looks like one of oh, sorry. It looks like one of those weird droids from Star Wars, and like I just don't like mechanical design in Star Wars. So yeah, it looks incredibly weird. They are actually huge. Okay, here's something super special. First of all, this AC looks really cool, but did you notice what he did? So earlier in the trailer, we pointed out, hey, there's quick boost, but now we have confirmation. We have quick turns. Yeah, so instead of just having to slowly rotate your orientation using the right stick or the camera, you can input a command and turn around instantly. Yeah, like quick turns were revolutionary for Armored Core. It totally changed like the positioning, like game, like the positioning dynamic in these games. Like it's a big deal. So yeah, I'm very happy to see it. It is gonna make the pace of the combat incredibly fast. So yeah, just get ready for the pacing. It's gonna be ballistic. So yeah, confirmation of quick turning. Yeah, very cool. The design of this AC is absolutely insane. It looks like it's using reverse joint legs, but yeah, this is a very radical design. I think it's really beautiful and interesting. So like, I'm very happy that they're exploring like a little bit. Yeah, like everything got kind of blocky and dry in Armored Core 5 and Verdict Day, so I'm kind of glad they're doing more weird shit. Okay, so this looks like some type of energy shotgun. That looks very unpleasant to be blasted in the face with. So yeah, energy shotgun. Ouch. Oh yeah, that homeboy's dead. Oh man, look at this design. I never even got to take a close look at it before. Oh man, this thing is cool. Yeah, it looks like he has some type of symmetrical like missile stuff going on in the back. These look a lot like these micro missile pods that used to exist in Armored Core 4. They got me blown up a lot. I think I actually blow myself up with them during one of my live streams. Everybody laughed. Yeah, it was horrible. But yeah, this thing looks very spindly and weird, and I really love it. Okay, I have no earthly idea what type of rifle it is, but yeah, it looks kind of boxy. Okay, so here's another returning mechanic. It looks like we have kicks returning from Armored Core 5 and Verdict Day. Yeah, so you use a quick boost, and you just hold down the button, and at the very end you perform a kick. So this was sort of a big deal when it was added, because we're like, in the older Armored Core games, if you ran out of ammo or weapon, or just you didn't have any energy blades or something, like you were just out of options, and you had to quit. Like you failed the mission basically if you ran out of like whatever. But with kick, you were just kind of in the fight until you were shot down. So that was a big deal, but like, upon implementation, I just kind of really didn't like it because it was extremely stiff and hard to control and land in Armored Core 5 and Verdict Day. This is just my personal experience, and you know, I'm not great at everything. But yeah, like, I'm glad it was in the game, but I couldn't make very good use of it. I whiffed it pretty much almost every time I attempted it in Armored Core 5 and Verdict Day. Then again, I didn't play many tanks in those games, and tanks are horrific when they use kick. I know this doesn't make sense because they don't have legs, but I believe the tanks in Gen 5, they have like pile bunkers built into their tank treads or something. And so yeah, like, you basically get one shot if a tank kicked you. Yeah, so yeah, they're basically adding every single mechanic they ever had. Like, I'm very surprised kick is back in, but I'm happy that it's back in. Let's see if it handles better this time. Imagine being kicked by these psychotic-looking reverse joint chicken legs. Like, yeah, I'm very worried about that. Speaking of tanks kicking, whoa, hold on a second. First of all, you look very familiar, and then I have no earthly idea what this is, but I do not want to get hit by that. That looks... It could be just like one big missile. Like, ugh. Anyway, yeah, so this guy's gonna roll up, and I'm not exactly sure what's happening here. Somebody in the comments just explain that to me, please. But he's either performing a kick or he's doing something I don't know. Like, maybe he's just jumping over these guys, which, you know, tanks couldn't jump before. And yeah, this looks cool, but I just don't mechanically understand it. Like, what is this for? Like, is this just telling us, yeah, tanks can jump now? Or this is just like a really cool action scene, like, hey, I'm a monster truck jumping over an explosion? I can't even, I don't know, but it looks cool. We'll find out. Yeah, maybe it's a kick, maybe it's something else, I don't know. Okay, tanks drifting. Wait, is drifting with tanks now a mechanic? Because I don't think they could do that before. Like, they could, like, side quick boost, but yeah, this is just literal drifting. Like, he's not using his boosters. Okay, here's a big thing. We had a question. Does Armored Core 6 use hangers, shoulder hangers for switching? Or does it have backfiring cannons? And From answered, yes, we have both. So I was incredibly weirded out that we have both. I'm happy that we have both because we have all kinds of options. But anyway, he is now switching his hand weapons using the, I don't know, the coat hanger system. I don't know what its official name is. Weirdly enough, he grabs a missile pod, which I don't know why you need a handheld missile pod. Okay, there's no way that missile fits inside of that gun. Anyways, yeah, so he fires a missile. Turns out it's a multi-warhead missile. Kind of very similar to the one that the White Glint fired in For Answer's introductory movie. Oof. Yeah, he only hit like 1 MT, but the blast radius kind of got everybody. Yeah, missiles with blast radius, huge blast radius, they weren't really common, like, until like 4 and later. Yeah, this is like large missile size blast radius, but there's like multiple of them. Okay, this... I'm very surprised at whatever we saw here. Okay, so this looks like the same equipment we saw earlier, the back-mounted energy shield. And this guy over here, I don't even know if this is an AC or maybe one of the bosses. It's definitely AC sized, maybe a little bigger. It's kind of far in the distance here. It is using this crazy weapon I didn't expect to ever see in an Armored Core game. Some type of like laser whip. Oh yeah, this looks like a flamethrower, by the way. I'm very happy about that. The existence of a flamethrower suggests heat management mechanics. Heat management mechanics. Okay, look at this guy's pose. There's no way this is like a playable AC with a playable weapon. Like, this is some Sekiro shit right here. But anyway, flamethrower suggests heat management mechanics. So maybe we'll have some of that. We'll at least have radiators, because we'll almost always have radiators. Okay, so heat whip. I haven't even got a close look at this thing. Okay, there's no way this is a playable AC. Look at how freaking weird this thing is. It's gotta be an MT or something. But yeah, it's got a laser whip. Horrific. But yeah, I am extremely excited for the enemy variety in this game. I did not expect them to go this hard with the enemy design. I'm loving this. Yeah, there's gonna be so much variety to the combat. Okay, so yeah, they're gonna start showing us like a whole bunch of different bosses. This is some type of giant snake thing that mated with an electric razor. Like, and you're gonna... this is gonna be hard to articulate, but this might be a common theme we see throughout the boss design in Armored Core 6, where I think one of the devs just got like really drunk or really high and started wandering around his apartment, and he was like, whoa, like imagine having to fight a giant electric razor. Like, yeah, let me make that into a boss. And yeah, we're gonna see something else like this at the end of the trailer. I'll point it out when we get there. But yeah, this it doesn't even seem to have any weapons aside from the little like cutter blades. Okay, so this little cut right here, it looks like it's either multiplayer or it's a battle between multiple ACs. And there's a lot of stuff just flying around on screen right now. The most visually interesting thing is there's some type of, like, I think laser shotgun like being fired. I think there's a tank type like back here. We'll see it in a second. Okay, so he's over boosting forward to close distance with them. Yeah, this looks like a tank flying up here. This is a quad. Probably firing a sniper gun, sniper rifle, or a linear gun. Okay. Wait. How many guys are over here? Oh yeah, there's 3. He's fighting 3. There might even be a 4th guy over here. Yeah, there's a tank back here. Biped, quad leg. He's a biped. Okay, so he's gonna use... Yeah, so this is called Assault Armor in Armored Core 4 Answer. I don't know if they've renamed it. Let me just note this for you guys. So, he uses Overboost to close distance, and then uses Assault Armor. So I'm just gonna note, it's interesting that you have both abilities on the same core part. So I think there's... Yeah, I'm not sure if every core part could do that in Armored Core 4 Answer or not. You might have had to pick between one or the other. Definitely, like if you wanted a thing that overboosted well, like it probably didn't have very good assault armor. But yeah, like it's interesting that you can do both with one part. I think it's gonna be in the same part. Okay, so like more story elements, more mechanical design stuff. This guy looks extremely interesting. Like his AC is definitely a lightweight type. It just looks very spindly and radical. I really like the design of this thing. It seems to be using like machine pistols or something, which I find extremely cool. I will never be allowed to own a machine pistol. Like I would have to get a license to be like a gunsmith or something. Like, I'm not really sure how that paperwork works. But yeah, he looks really interesting. Oh, by the way, I am watching the trailer as uploaded by FromSoftware on their channel. I don't know why, but their particular version of the trailer looks like it runs more smoothly than everyone else's. I don't know if that's even true or not. Yeah, let's trust Zero's really old like smooth brain to make that determination. Okay, they're gonna do a fast cut of all these story things. Yeah, let's look at more of his equipment. Here's his machine pistol, some type of cannon on the back. Oh, this thing. We're gonna get a look at this thing in a second. It's gonna be very interesting. Yeah, this must be the player's AC. Yeah, really big boss. It is a lot faster than I expected. Looks like it's gonna try to ram us. Okay, there was a quick turn. Okay, here we go. This thing, I did not expect this thing at all. Okay, this is an energy blade, but look at it. It spins like a helicopter. That's freaking crazy. We've never had a melee weapon that does that. Yeah, and not only that the weapon spins on its own, look at the way he swings it. He is doing like a 360 spin as he is deploying it. This has never been a thing in Armored Core before. So yeah, I'm very freaking surprised by this. Yeah, that's a big deal. Oh my god, look at this. This is crazy. Okay, yeah, this seems to be a boss fight with something else. It is very fast. Looks to be using some type of energy lance. I think when it's gonna come back around. Okay, a quick turn. Okay, it's gonna fly really fast. And given the way it looks, this looks very, very similar to the ultimate weapon in Armored Core Birthday. I forgot what it was called, but it was like basically a giant energy blade, which, yeah, it seems that they took a lot of those concepts and they stuck it onto the bosses, which I felt that, you know, those things just didn't work very well when it was the players were allowed to use it, so I felt it was more appropriate for it to be like a boss weapon, which that seems to be what they did for Armored Core 6. But yeah, these things look freaking crazy. Look at that! Look at that machine gun it's got in his left hand. That looks... Oh! Oh my lord, that is horrible! Phew. Okay. Okay, so this is... I don't think this is a sword technically. I think it's a lance. Which, good for me, because I'm a lance main in Monster Hunter. Yeah, like, yeah, stars aligned. Yeah, so the reason I stopped here is that the AC got caught on this lance, so I'm going to refer to this as a command grab, but I don't even know if I'm using that phrase properly, but yeah, this is technically a grab, so that has never happened before in Armored Core. So yeah, having grab mechanics or things that can like catch you and move you around, that's very unusual for Armored Core. But yeah, don't get hit by that. You gotta have your side quick boost game really strong to avoid that boss, I think. Okay, so here's another boss. He kind of looks like a quad leg or something. He's got some type of hella laser weapon. And he's gonna sweep it, which looks amazing. Okay, here is, yeah, more melee craziness. Look at the way he swings this thing. Yeah, so this is an incredibly long laser blade. And yeah, he's just going... It kind of looks exactly like the animation that the Red Rider uses for its heavy attack in Gundam Battle Operation 2. It might actually be the same animation we saw with the helicopter blade before. Yeah, look at that. Look at the reach you have. Oh man, fighting melee players is going to be very annoying in this game, I think. But hopefully you'll be able to jump over them. Yeah, it seemed to be a very flat like attack, so we'll see how it hits, like, you know, in the... Yeah, what direction would it be? Like on the Z-axis? Yeah, we'll see how it covers the Z-axis. Okay, side quick boost. Yeah, this is just showing like some of the type of avoidance maneuvers you'll need to take to deal with bosses and Bosses have an insane amount of firepower. I think it has like 6 legs, some crap like that. Oh boy, yeah. Let's put laser blades in our Spider Mech's foot like that. That is horrifying. Okay, so yeah, this thing right here looks incredibly cool. It reminds me a lot of another ultimate weapon from Verdict Day, but instead of firing energy pulses, it literally fires missiles. It actually reminds me of Pandora from Devil May Cry 5. Like, actually almost exactly the same. Yeah, you got this AC looking thing sitting in the middle of this hover chair, and it just belts out missiles and stuff, which is incredibly awesome and horrifying to think about. Yeah, hopefully we have like missile chaff that we can use to deflect missiles. So notice the boss here, yeah, he's floating around. He doesn't have his missile array deployed anymore, so I guess it folds up and goes away sometimes. He seems to have like a slight aura around him, so I suspect he has some type of primal armor, like just like a kind of like a permanent energy barrier. Maybe you'll have to wear it out, or maybe it'll even damage you if you get too close to it or get touched by it. And on top of that, okay, there's something I just noticed. It looks like the boss could possibly have quick boost abilities. The design of this thing is so weird. Well, he didn't move like a quick boost, but yeah, he does have side thrusters. Yeah, so look at all these missiles chasing you. This is horrific. This game is gonna be hell on bitrate. Yeah, all the people who are gonna try to stream Armored Core are gonna have a bad time. I mean, they'll have a lot of fun, but the viewers won't be able to see shit. Anyway, yeah, the boss has another weapon. It looks like, holy crap, I'm not even really sure. It almost looks like a plasma thrower or something, but he's kind of... It could be a flamethrower. It almost looks like he's swinging it like a sword, which is horrific to think about, but given everything else we've seen in the trailer already, doesn't surprise me. Let me just say right now, like, they were saying in the interviews and stuff that, like, they were gonna make the bosses, like, just, like, they were saying Armored Core is well known for its bosses, which, I guess is kind of true, but not to this level. This level of boss fight is freaking insane. Like, it's never been like this. Like, not this hype, or this interesting, or this crazy. Like, it's never been like this. We've had, like, arm sports, and like, maybe, like big final bosses, or, like, really, like, unfair final bosses and stuff, but, yeah, just the level of creativity, but just the level of creativity here is just unseen before. I am so excited to see, like, what they do with all these bosses. I'm sure this is like maybe only half of them or something. Okay, some type of energy transfer thing. Yeah, this is... Ooh, this is another ultimate weapon from Armored Core 5. Yeah, what were they called? It's like a... Somehow they managed to marry a chainsaw and a drill together. And so this thing, it looks like some type of digger machine. It is absolutely gigantic. So yeah, this was definitely inspired by that ultimate weapon that the players could use from Armored Core 5, and it looks horrific. He jumps right over the swing. Okay, here's a thing to note. Players can fire back-mounted cannons. You don't have to switch it to your hand. Notice here, there's no hanger system. It's just mounted directly to the back by a hard point. So yeah, like, hangers seem optional. So that's good. Like, I'm very happy about that, because I kind of don't like hangers. Like, the animation's cool, but I think firing from the back is cooler. Okay, so he's gonna keep firing this giant digger robot thing. Oh boy. Chad, this reminds me so much of, you took like, two different bosses from Nier Automata. Like, yeah, there was the giant digger machine, and then, kind of mashed it with Simone. Like, it's kind of floating around with a skirt there. And it looks like it's trying to sit on you. So, it's like, yeah, sit on my face. But instead of a beautiful woman, it's a giant deadly Roomba. Yeah, like, the director must have been drunk in his apartment and is just stumbling around, and like he like fell down in the bathroom or something, and like he was like throwing hands with his like electric razor, and then like when he was like passed out on the floor, the Roomba came over and tried to like vacuum him up or something, like, you know, give him the suck. But yeah, I will say, like, the boss fights in this game look very inspired by a person's environment, which is not a bad thing. I'm just saying I noticed it, and it's hilarious, and I love it. But yeah, Giant Deadly Roomba. Okay, chat, so that's basically the end of the trailer. Yeah, we kind of like stepped through and looked at a lot of stuff. Yeah, I am just beyond excited that I am able to do this and finally have more Armored Core. Yeah, it's been 10 years. It looks incredible. It looks very fun. They're doing so many new things. They brought back all of the great things from the older games. There's no way this game cannot be fantastic. It looks like it's going to be absolutely excellent, and I'm looking forward to it so much. But yeah, like, I'm sure there's a bunch of stuff I missed or maybe even got wrong. This is just me looking at the trailer raw. I haven't looked at anybody else's videos or read any this or that. Like, this is just my own interpretation, like the stuff that I catch. So yeah, if there's stuff going on that, you want to point out, just leave me a comment on the video. Yeah, if you want to help me out, just leave a like and share the video, and subscribe, because we're going to be covering a bunch more Armored Core. It looks like we have an announcement for a launch date, August 25th, so I was guessing the game was going to launch in September, so I was just a little bit off. But yeah, this is an extremely like good time for the game to launch, and yeah, it's only slightly behind. I guess the leaks for Namco Bandai was suggesting it's going to be March, but yeah, I guess that didn't play out. Yeah, but yeah, this seems like a completely realistic time frame, like for the game to launch, and a really healthy one. So yeah, I'm very excited. It's just a few months out. I'm old now, so I'm just gonna blink and it'll be August. But yeah, like, yeah, we're gonna have Armored Core 6. So yeah, I guess you better break up with your girlfriend and leave your wife, because you're not gonna have time for her anymore. Yeah, there's no such thing as love, only Armored Core. Well, I guess that's gonna be it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed sitting through this analysis with me. I had a lot of fun, like, just looking at this. There's a bunch of stuff I noticed just now that I didn't see before, but I am very much looking forward to the game. Hopefully soon we'll get more news about multiplayer, but they are very heavily emphasizing the single player campaign. I think that would actually be perfectly fine if it didn't even have multiplayer, but I'm sure they'll handle that just fine. But yeah, like, I guess you guys can stick around and see if there's more news. Like, I'll definitely cover it here on the channel. And yeah, like, yeah, let's hang out in August. Like, I'll definitely stream the game. Like, I'll do standalone videos for the game, and yeah, it'll be all types of fun. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you, so you guys go take care, and we'll see you next time.